company. Okay, this morning we're on our way over to the East Pennsboro job. We're going to be putting in the escape well window for the Bruce's job. I've got my nephew over here, Chris, who's going to be helping us with the project. And we should have the hole dug, the penetration cut through the house, and the window installed and all backfilled today. So bring the camera down so you can see what goes on and how they stake it out, and then how they dig and cut through the wall and put the window in. So I'll see you down on the job. Okay, another day in the basement business. Today's going to be a fun day though. We're going to cut our window in today. Let me get in here, get the day rolling here. I think we're the first ones here. Alright, turn some lights on down here. So by the end of the day, today, we're going to have a big old 4-foot by 4-foot hole right in the center of that wall with a brand new window in there. And we're waiting on the backhoe right now to come in and dig it out. Okay, here we have another design factor for this job. We wanted to put a escape well egress window in this job, which is something that has to be put in for code. For the International BOCA codes, you have to have an egress escape out of your basement. You can't just have these little windows up there. People can't get out of them. So we pulled our building permit and we were told that we have to have one because there's no other way out of this basement currently. So we've left a couple studs out there. You can see it runs down and stops, and there's wall, and then there's nothing, and then the framing picks up again over here. The reason for that is next week we're going to have our excavator come in, dig down the outside of the house, and we're going to cut open that wall and put in our egress escape well window. And we'll be taking the camera outside and showing you how he's going to do that. This is a project that can be done by the homeowner, but I don't recommend it. The egress window should be installed by someone who has the proper equipment. Normally small excavation equipment is brought into the yard, and it's all done with excavation equipment, dump trucks and what have you, to haul away the excess dirt and everything. They also have the proper saws and tools to cut through the wall and install these things and make sure that they don't leak. They guarantee them not to leak if they're an approved escape well window installation company. So that's who we use. And I'm sure you have these type of contractors in your area. Again, this is something that I suggest you subcontract out. We will be filming the whole operation for you, but it's something that, again, my company's not doing. I'm not physically doing this myself. And I suggest that's something that you do subcontract out. And we'll be talking to the excavator when he gets here next week. So this is the very beginning stages, I guess you could say, of escape well window project right there. Okay, we're going to go out back right now and take a look at this window and exactly where the escape well window is going to be going. Now you can see our central air conditioning and heating unit out here, sitting on a concrete pad right there. The window's going to the left of that. And all these little flags that are here are indications of where the electric's coming in from the street to the meter. And there's the meter there, and you can see the flags are leading right up to the location where it's coming in from the street. So because we've got wires right here, and we didn't know these were here, and these are underground, we got a company called PA1 Call, which is certified by the state to come out, and it's a lot of different mechanical companies, utility companies rather, that come together and come out and mark their lines. You've got gas lines under there, you've got electrical lines, you've got water lines. Anything that's buried under the ground has to be located, and so that when you're digging you don't hit any of this stuff. So you call a company called PA1 Call, and they'll come out and mark all the underground utilities. And now that we can see exactly where they are, and that's cable coming in there and electric, we're not going to be able to put our window in the original spot that we wanted to. If you can look through the shrubs there, you can see there's that little basement window that we were just looking at downstairs. We were going to enlarge that opening and put it in put our new window in right there. But it's not going to work because obviously we're not going to be able to dig here because of the wires coming in. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the location of our window. Instead of putting it on the left side of the air conditioning unit there, we're going to put it on the right side. And you can see we have a gas line coming in over there, and you can see the yellow flags marked over there, and we should be okay because that means that the gas is coming up from the street to the right side of the gas meter and being connected underground. So it looks like we're okay for a dig right here in front of our electrical underground cables and to the left side of our gas line coming in. And again, this is why you definitely want to have this type of a job done by a professional excavator, because you don't want to be hitting gas lines. You don't want to be tearing up your electric coming in from the street. Extremely dangerous. Our professional trained excavator will get in here with a piece of equipment and he'll dig out the ground right there, and we're going to be putting our escape well window in that location where there are no underground utilities. Extremely important that you have all of your underground utilities located before you begin to dig. Okay, looks like our excavators are showing up here for our window job. Got the little piece of excavation equipment on the back of the truck. And let's get them in the side of the yard here and get this thing going. And we'll be putting the window in this area here. We got our exterior lines marked by the utility companies so that we don't hit electric, phone, or if you look over there, we got yellow flags in the corner, or gas. So we're going to be digging in between these flags and hoping that there's nothing down there. It shouldn't be. Everything's been properly marked by the utility company, and that's where our window is going to be going today. So we're going to lay this out here and get the small excavation bucket in here and dig this thing out. Okay, so we're going to measure off that outside window, which gives us a benchmark outside, and figure out where the center of this window is going to be, and that's what Chris, our excavator and our window installer, is doing right now. Got to find the center of the window, and then we'll go left to right and prepare the window for the rough opening, which is always bigger than the actual window itself. Okay, so Chris is out here now. He's hooking onto that same window that he used downstairs to make his benchmark here. And he's going across just like he did inside, and he's marking the sides of the window so he knows roughly where this window is going to be going in here. And the reason he's doing that is he wants to dig a little wider than what these pencil lines are in the earth, so he has room to work once he gets this hole dug, get down in there and install the window. And he's making sure that he's not going to hit that gas meter right there in the corner and the line that runs under the ground. So he wants to be safe when he digs. Chris is marking the earth here where he's going to actually be sticking the bucket on that piece of equipment and cutting down into the earth there for his dig. So that would be the outline of your hole right there, Chris?
Yes.
All right.
Just to give you an idea where to dig.
And that hole looks like it's about 5 feet wide by maybe 4 feet out from the house or so. And it looks like we're going to lose a shrub there, but with these windows sometimes you have to sacrifice some of your landscaping. And we have permission from the homeowner to go ahead and remove whatever shrubs we had to take out. So, okay, we got the mini excavator in the yard here. Here comes our dump truck. And they're going to use that to haul away the dirt from the dig, the excess dirt. All right, we're about ready to take our first scoop out of here and dig this thing down. Now we're going to be digging down. The elevation of the ground on this particular window comes the whole way up to the top of the basement walls. So none of this window is exposed here above the grade. So he's going to be digging down around 7 feet or so. Now he's got a pile of stone over there. That stone's going to be going down in the bottom of the hole when he's done, so that the rainwater then has some place to sift through so it doesn't back up and leak into the basement. So here we go with the dig here. he's going to be taking a bunch of scoops out of that hole there, so we'll let him dig that hole down for us here. And once he gets that all scooped out, he'll get in there with his chainsaw. And it's an actual chainsaw that's got a diamond blade on it, and then he'll cut through the block wall from the outside in. Getting rid of all the excess dirt. Now he is going to save a little dirt over there. He put it on that plywood over there in the grass because he's going to want to fill back in around the window well when he's done, so he's not hauling away all the dirt. This crushed stone right here will be being put in the bottom of the dig, in the bottom of the hole, so that when rainwater seeps down through the ground and gets in, it can roll underneath the window well and not back up and cause maybe a leak in the basement. So he puts about 2 feet of crushed stone, 3 feet of crushed stone in the bottom of the hole. As you can see, this is something you're definitely going to want to have done by a professional that does these windows a lot. You just imagine how long it would take you to stand out here and dig all that dirt out by hand. So he'll get that dug down, scraped back, cleaned up, and he'll jump down in there and he'll start to make his cut. Well, while Chris is digging the hole, take a walk over here and take a look at some of the materials that he's going to be installing in that hole. We've got a 48 by 48 inch window in that box there, double slider, and he's got these panels underneath here that he snaps together that form the actual retaining wall that'll be going around the hole, holding the dirt back so that the dirt doesn't fall down inside the window well. It's all modular stuff. It's all extruded PVC. It's like a really hard plastic, forever type material that never rots in the ground. And he cuts it to length and puts that together. We'll be showing you how he puts that together a little bit later on this afternoon. Seems like it's some nice dirt to dig in.
Yeah, it is. Kind of dirt caves in a little more too.
It's so soft.
Yeah.
Most townships, it's become the law that they must follow the International BOCA codes. If your township is following the International BOCA codes to the T, they're going to require you to put in an egress window. Now, you used to only have to put the window in if you had a bedroom in the basement, but with the new code changes, you now have to have an egress window escapability, a door or a window, some route out of the basement that's egress approved no matter what when you're finishing your basement. So check with your local township when you pull your permit, find out if you need it. Some of the townships still are not requiring it, although they should be. Maybe your township's one of them, I don't know. So check with your township if they require it. Do what I told you. Find yourself a good contractor that can put these escape well windows in, or the doors, and sub that portion of the job out. You're going to be glad you did.